than HBCUs. And the numbers are there to bear witness. We are only 3% of this nation's institutions of higher learning. And yet when you look at what we produce, it is nothing short of a miracle. We produce 80% of all black judges in this country. We produce 25% of all black scientists in this country. And yes, we are in the season of politics. And this political scientist will remind you that 40% of African American members of Congress are produced and developed by HBCUs. Once again, it's been an honor and a privilege to stand over here before you and say these few words. And once again, thank you very much. I will never tire to say that. Thank you for your service, because you've done what I'm hoping that the next generations will do in the future. Thank you.
HBCUs, for some of the folk here, when I say things like CIAA tournament, you would shake your head and go, yeah, I remember those days. Soapy Adams, Earl Monroe, back in the day, Coach Joyner, Big House Games. Those are the memories that bind us. And now the new generation comes along, but we're still HBCUs. So thank you for your comments. On my schedule next is a letter from the mayor's office. Is that right? Will the mayor please come down, please? Talk into the microphone.
I travel with my own fan club. Welcome to my house. My name is Teresa McCormick Dunlap. I graduated with a bachelor's in social work in 2016 here, and a master's in social work in 2017. Prior to those graduations, I attended Smith as a young wife and mother in 2000. Smith welcomed me and my daughters on his campus and even partnered with me as I homeschooled my children. So when I say welcome to my house, I mean it. Welcome to my house. Johnson C. Smith is the spawning ground of some of the universities of America's greatest minds, and it was built by the hands of formerly enslaved individuals. So it is perfectly appropriate that this country's greatest contributors be honored in this exalted place. Relax, enjoy this time and space. Receive your richly deserved flowers while you are yet alive. But while doing so, if you listen carefully, you'll hear the echoes of the hope that this university was built upon. If you listen carefully, you'll feel the palpable hope of those that came before us. You are welcome in this place. Recognize that you stand on holy ground. That's from me. Now from Mayor Vi-Laus. Dear friends, on behalf of the City of Charlotte, I am pleased to welcome each of you to the 2024 President's Lifetime Achievement Awards ceremonial event. Your actions are being acknowledged for your dedication and commitment to serving your community, and we honor and applaud you for your accomplishments. The President's Volunteer Service Award is a prestigious award given by the President of the United States. Established by executive order by President George W. Bush, the award recognizes volunteers who dedicate hundreds of hours each year to helping others through community service. This year's awards are being presented on behalf of Points of Light, AmeriCorps, and the 46th President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden, Jr. I hope that many of you will continue your work and uphold the high standard of service for which you are being honored today. Thank you for your service.
moment of candor. He's bragging about his wife, so that's good. We're on time. We're doing good on time, so if you got a 5 o'clock train out of here, you got a good chance of making it today. A couple personal things about who runs this program. It's my friend, Dr. Key. It's Dr. Beverly Key. She says this is her passion. And we talk every day. We practice, we talk. Even when she's driving from Virginia down here, she's calling, going, Colonel, what about this, what about that? Did you know Mrs. Howard? Did you know the Harrison family? Yeah. So she is your biggest advocate. No matter where she goes, we're in Tuscaloosa, and she's talking about Charlotte. I said, come on, Beverly, we're in Tuscaloosa. She said, okay, but I got to talk about Charlotte. So that's our little secret. She loves Charlotte. And so I want you to give her a round of applause now, please. A couple other things. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Key to do her. Is everybody doing okay? I mean, is the music good? Oh, yeah. I can't hear you. Oh, yeah. Yes. Wow. Don't want to have to come out and hurt you. But the music in the black church is what binds us together. I'm going to put myself on the spot. We were talking about Gory and the slave ship. A few years ago, when my granddaughter was very young, her grandmother had died, and that night I slept with my 2-year-old granddaughter. And this song came on the radio of the story of Amazing Grace. Never heard it before. I think we all know the story of why they sang the song. So every time I hear that song, Amazing Grace, or I think about Gory, it does something to me as a man. And I want to go back and share that story with my granddaughter. And my daughter is here tonight, so Kai, tell London that we heard the story again. So we talk about it all the time. The other song that you hear a lot in the military is a song by a lady called Gladys Knight. She did a song called Heroes. We play it all the time. All the time. We put pictures up and we let them float around the room. So what we try to do is make sure that we find a hero, a new hero. And I'm sitting here taking notes like, wow, today, Colonel Page hit the jackpot. I got some guys who can sing, really sing, really sing. Got some brothers who can preach. Got some people who've been doing good work here in the community. So my plate is full, but I'm greedy because I'm gonna come back next time with some guys from A&T and other HBCUs. So when Dr. Key and I talk about what's next, it's not just more music, it's more strategy. How can we take what we're doing and advance something else? I'll give you a personal example. I don't want to put it on the spot, but one of our awardees is getting ready to pop smoke and get out here early to go back so that she can guard Kamala Harris. She's guarding Kamala Harris. I'm not going to look back because she'll drop her head and say, don't mention that. But guys, that is big stuff. Because now she can sit in her car with Kamala and say, I was in Charlotte yesterday and I got to meet the Howard family. I got to meet a guy from Gory. I feel good about who I am. So if you do anything, make sure that when we leave each other that we take a message back to somebody about how good today was. So I'm getting ready to shut up. And then I'm going to ask Dr. Key to come up and take another portion of this. But before I step away, I want to show you something real quick. Chico gave me this morning. This is Charlotte Observer. And it's 1989. And this is about the Howard family. If you haven't seen it, the Harrison family. If you haven't seen it, get it. Because it's a story and living and contributing. So to the Harrison family, now I gotta save myself, and to Dr. Howard's family. You see how I did that? Okay. And to anybody who knows them, who's ever seen them, congratulations on who you are and what you're doing. Dr. Key.
Yes, we want to see all of these powerful leaders. I didn't come here for show. I came here to tell you that the world appreciates you and that your stories have reached Washington, D.C. Don't forget that. I'm getting ready to be in order, as they say, be in order. I'm getting ready to present the award, but I have to read a letter. If I read it now, it's going to be read to all of you. I won't have to repeat it. I'm going to read it for President Valerie Kinlaw. The reason I'm excited is because I have presented this award to 3 female HBCU presidents. I presented this to North Carolina Central University's president last week, Dr. Carrie Dixon. I presented it also to Dr. Edmonds, Catherine Edmonds of Elizabeth City State. And now it is your president's turn. Be excited, be happy, because you're in the number. Once I read these 2 letters, I would like Provost Chum to please come up. And we are going to make this presentation. I'm going to do one other thing, because I believe in doing things in order. Since we do have Dr. Clifford Jones, and I realized sometimes I saw that big fair you were having down at the church today, I pay attention to what's going on. And I don't know if you have to leave early, but I'm going to go on and present you with your award. You may be seated. You may be seated. And now, I am going to read what I am supposed to read to you. No, I'm not a preacher, but I am part of the Key family. And the Harrison family is part of my family, so that's a double dose. So with that said, I am going to read these 2 letters. After I read these 2 letters, I would like for Dr. Chum to please come, Miss Roxy Curtis to please pass us the award, and the Colonel will place the medals where they belong. Congratulations. Before I say anything, I also want to honor my mother and my grandmother. All right, and my father. Yes. She said, if you're gonna do it well. Congratulations. We're honored to present you with the 2024 President's Lifetime Achievement Award. We want to inform you that your years of dedicated service to this great nation have had an influence in the lives of many. Your life's work continues to be an influential force around the world. You have chosen to receive this prestigious award because of your commitment to the required service hours and recommendations that exceeded the expectations for this honor. Your documented deeds and references have given credibility to the decision to bestow the title 2024 President's Lifetime Achievement Award. Therefore, you have been selected to receive the President's Lifetime Achievement Award as an honoree. This Maryland-based organization was certified on November 1st, 2021. We seek out those with the most impactful stories that have changed the trajectory of their communities and society. Please note that your work has exceeded that benchmark. Therefore, I would like to say to you, these are those that you will be joining forces with. I have presented this award to some of the greatest leaders in this country, and no one knows. To name a few, the former NCCU Chancellor, Dr. Johnson O. Akinleye, former U.S. Surgeon General, David Satcher, Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, the Reverend Dr. Raphael Warnock, United States Senator and pastor of the historical Ebenezer Baptist Church, Mrs. Billie Aaron, the wife of Hank Aaron, the Honorable Shirley Franklin, Councilman Michael Julian Bond, Miss Zernona Clayton, Mr. Alonzo and Tracy Morning, Willie Gary Sr., A. Scott Bolding, the Honorable Mickey Mashaw, Miss June Mashaw, Dr. Benjamin Chavis, Thurgood Marshall Esquire, posthumously, the Honorable Julian Bond, posthumously, Mr. Ronnie Garrett, Mr. Chip Sharon, Judge Brenda Hill Cole, Matthew Knowles, the Osley brothers, Miss Melba Moore, Mr. Ricky Wade, Mr. Ricky Jackson, Mr. Derek Brooks, and many, many more. Now today, I will name those who are joining this list, and they are the President of Johnson C. Smith University, President Dr. Valerie Kinlock, Marvin Alexander, Stanley Berry, Kimberly Bogues, Tyrone Muggsy Bogues, Eric Burris, Sophronia D. Caldwell, Chief Julian Coaxum, Sheila D. Coleman, Minister Teresa M. Dunlap, Sheriff Gary McFadden, Honorable James H. Ferguson, Esquire, Felicia Walton Gray, Glenda Harris, Robert D. Harrison, Elder Alfred C. Harrison, LaBrenda Haynes, Dr. Clifford A. Jones Sr., Stephen Joyner Sr., Reginald McAfee, Mickle Roseboro, Zeb Harris and the Sounds of Praise Band. Special recognition, Mrs. Andrea H. Davis, Mr. James Sifford Howard, Mr. Chico Dunlap. Posthumous honors, Julius L. Chambers, Esquire, Teresa Elder, Judy Howard. We are having a tribute to none other than Mr. James William Harrison and Miss Nancy Grafton Harrison. The next time you hear my voice, I will be presenting the President's Lifetime Achievement Award to the President of Johnson C. Smith University, Dr. Valerie Kinlock. When I get a microphone, it's because I speak from my heart. And thank you. So as you receive this Lifetime Achievement Award for Dr. Valerie Kinlock, it reads, with grateful recognition, AmeriCorps and the Office of the President of the United States honors Dr. Valerie Kinlock with the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for their lifelong commitment to building a stronger nation through volunteer service, Joseph R. Biden, Jr. Thank you. Thank you. Now, can we have Dr. Jones, Clifford A. Jones, please? Dr. Jones, while you're getting that on, I want to tell you, I sit in Durham and in D.C. and Maryland, and my sister let me know everything that's going on in the church. So I watch you and watch your sermons and look at what you do for the community. You know, sometimes I've seen my nephew over there playing those drums, and I'm just honored that you are about community and you love Charlotte. So on behalf of the 46th President of the United States, we want to say continue to do the service for your people and the people of Charlotte. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you. Now I will go and let us proceed with the ceremony. Yeah, I'm good for right now. We're going to go to. Can we get, are there any 2023 honorees in here? I think we have Kimberly, Miss Harrison is also one of our honorees. This one is it. Mr. Dunlap. He's one of our honorees. He was honored at Morehouse College. So we want to say thank you. Okay.
I'm going to violate protocol. The next person we're going to call is Sheriff Dance. She's got to pop smoke. So Sheriff, if you would come on down.
Sheriff Dance actually was honored in Durham, North Carolina, but she was not able to get there. So she wanted us to put it in her hand. And you are the first African-American sheriff, female sheriff, in the state.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here. As they said, I am the first African-American female sheriff in the state of North Carolina. And it puts me in a position to do some things that actually has gotten me this award. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheriff Dance. Okay, thank you. We need that folder.
Jazz band. This is where I'm kind of looking for the jazz band to play from where you are. Is that what we're going to do? Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Get out. I am so sorry. It says jazz band. You got to sing loud, please.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head dark, at the end of the storm, is a golden sky and a sweet silver song of a walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never
Really? Really? Wow. Wow. And that's a jazz band right there, guys. The music, the people, the messages, we're rocking and rolling here today. This is good stuff. It really is. I don't know, when Dr. Key and I talk about this, we didn't talk about all the music in this family. My goodness, we could have our own TV show. We could call it the Page Awards. You get 50% and I get the other 45%. This is really, really good. Young lady, where did she go? Could you stand up? Stand up again. Ma'am, thank you so much. Your music coupled with your family's music and everybody else makes this day special for all those folk who are on this camera machine right here. So there's people outside of this church who are listening to you and being inspired, and we will never, ever walk alone because of your voice. A couple of admin announcements. You see young people walking around with cameras, and I want our vendors to raise their hands. If you're a vendor taking photos, stand up. If you're a vendor or make a sci-fi vendor or something like that, if you're in a queue, raise your hand. Anybody else? Anybody who's here trying to do business, taking photography, doing satellite TV, make sure you get their card because this is business for them. And there's no better advertising than word of mouth. So this young man, I met him and his wife, who is a Delta, who went to Bennett College. Wanted to pledge AKA, but a grade point average. Got it. So please, let's touch place with our vendors. And then before our honorees leave, make sure you get their cards, digital or whatever, because we need to stay in touch. Now, I'm not gonna blow this one because right now we're gonna take a short, like 3-minute intermission. And then when we come back, we're gonna start giving the awards to our honorees. But I wanna do a gut check before we take a break. Everybody up here okay? Let's take about a 3.5-minute break in place, and then we'll start when we come back with the awards to honor our awardees. We're gonna have music or something, right? Who's that? We have another singer? Jeez, okay. Robert Harrison will come back, and that's his brother? You guys are too much. Where's Robert? Hey guys, let's make this a family affair. Hey, hang on. Robert's gonna sing next. So do me a favor. Somebody keeps moving this microphone, I don't know why. But so that we can keep the rhythm going, I'm going to ask if it's okay with Robert, if he could sing now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it. Get up here and do it.
Okay.
Do it.
We can do it. Okay. Yeah. He's sweeter than apple pie. He's more precious than gold. I'm talking about my Jesus. Lord, I know you're the Savior of my soul. Lord, I know that, Lord, you're the Savior of my soul and my whole world. Lord, is you. Lord, I know some people out there are so confused. They don't know if they should serve the Lord. Oh, let me tell you, but I got it all together because I know He's the Savior of my soul. And Lord, and the thing I like best of all, that Jesus is mine. Jesus is my superstar. Yeah, thank you, Jesus. Well, come on, put your hands together. Love power. I'm talking about that love power. I'm talking about that love power. I'm talking about His love power. Can you put your hands together? Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sound good now, yeah. Oh, let me tell you about His love power. Talking about His love power. Got to tell you about His love power. Got to tell you about His love power. Lord, I know I'm talking about my Jesus love, the kind that will save your soul. I'm talking about His love that sometimes make right from wrong. Talking about His feeling, get way down in your soul. I'm talking about my Jesus love, that once you got it, you can't leave it alone. Yeah, all right now.
God wants somebody to behold. Yes, God wants somebody to behold. He wants somebody that's not ashamed to stand up in Jesus' name. He wants somebody
that's gonna teach His word. A man who will help him to go down on the knees and pray. God wants a man that's not ashamed to stand up for my Jesus' name. God wants somebody to be whole. For all your mothers in this world, He wants a mother that's not gonna throw her children away. A mother who will teach them to go down on their knees and pray. God wants some mother that's not ashamed to stand up for my Jesus' name. God wants somebody to be whole. Can you help me say it now? God wants somebody to be whole. Yeah, I need somebody. God wants somebody to be whole. The Lord really needs somebody who's not ashamed to stand up for Jesus' name. He wants somebody to be whole. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll stand over this side so I don't fall. We're still on time to get out on time, but the heavy part of the program is about to begin, and that's when we honor the folk behind us. So we're going to make sure that we give them our undivided attention. You'll hear their names called. We'll do a solemn moment of thanks to them for who they are and what they do. When you hear their stories later, you'll think, wow, these awards are fitting and proper, not just for them, but for this city, for this community. I will be leaving immediately after the ceremony, but I leave renewed and honored and pleased to be with you, because this is a big day. It's a big day for Charlotte. It's a bigger day for our nation, because right here in the Queen City, we're rocking and rolling today. We're sending a message out to the rest of the world that the Harrison family, I got that right. Got it right. Look at me now. Look at me. And the Howard family and John P. Key. I'm rolling now. I'm rolling. So what happens when you don't call everybody's name? Dr. Howard will go, Colonel Page, you didn't mention my name. So Dr. Howard, we're mentioning your name. We're saying thank you for who you are. So hey, sir, camera guys, about ready to roll? Okay, we'll get some good shots, all right? What are you doing with this shot? Tell me what you're doing with it. Live streaming. So people are watching everybody here, right? So if anybody's in the witness protection program, anything like that, you need to hold your head down, because when he rolls towards you, gotcha. What's the name of your business? Scotty Juice. Sir, what's the name of your business? I can't hear you. Do you want other business from folk here? Do you have a business card? No, you don't. You got that little thing in your wrist, right? Right. There you go. Remember, for some of us, we want paper, not the digital thing, okay? Just going to put you on the spot there. About ready, Doc?
Yes, we're going to ask Ms. Kimberly Harrison. She's going to help us.
Thank God. Hi, Cameron. How you doing? Good. Welcome aboard. Testing. Testing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we ready? Who's first?
I'm sorry, we're going to, we're going to call all of the names, even though they may not be here, you need to know that they are being honored. And we will make sure that those awards get to them, but their names need to be called. All right, we're ready.
Starting with community leaders. Stanley Berry.
Stanley.
Oh, Stanley
Yes.
Berry. Kimberly Bogues.
Can we have her husband come up with her? Mr. Bogues, would you escort your beautiful wife?
Tyrone Muggsy Bogues.
Mr. Bogues and Mrs. Bogues, I want to say that I have been not only following you for a long time, but I've heard about your work for a long time. When I was in Chicago, I was on the board of Stedman Graham's foundation, Athletes Against Drugs. And Jeff Sanders, who actually used to play here in Charlotte as well, and for the Chicago Bulls, talked about how you are with the youth and how you have served. I want to say thank you. I know about all of your good work. You can keep working and spreading the love and the generosity all over the world. Your wife is not only there to support you, but she is a renowned chef. And I just want to say to you all, keep on doing great things, keep on believing, and know that all of the athletic community today is aware and they are watching you. And as the colonel say, now you are part of the club. So now we will.
For all of us, very seldom do we get to honor a father and a daughter at the same time.
He's a mess. He's also a comedian, the colonel.
I'm going to put this around your neck and we're going to take another picture. Let me do your daughter first. Thank you so much for what you guys do.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take you back in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Chief Julian Coxum.
Now, while the chief is coming, what the chief don't know is actually when I was in Florida and I used to serve on Dwayne Wade's father's foundation, it was his best friend who actually worked at Davidson that recommended you. His name was Scott Clonch. You never know in life who's watching you. And later on, others had recommended you. I want to say on behalf of the President of the United States, keep guarding Davidson College and all of us. You said you wanted to wear your uniform. You look sharp in that uniform. Yes. We want, and you know what? Be glad when they say they want to protect us. And one of the things he said, look, if you all need any more protection, let me know. I just want to say thank you, and I look forward to doing work with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Chief Julian Coxum. All right, there's that goal. All right.
You need a metal detector, don't you? No. You good?
Honorable James Ferguson II, Esquire.
We're going to put that down. Turn that. You can put it in that chair.
Felicia Walton Gray.
While Miss Gray is coming up, can her husband please stand, because he was actually a 2023 honoree. I tell you what, Mr. Gray, since you're an honoree, come on up here and stand beside your wife. I believe in family. Come on up here and stand beside your wife. Miss Gray is our Bank of America executive, and we thank her for all of the things that she's doing in our community. Let her husband see. Maybe he wants to put that medal around her neck. You do? You fine?
Okay, I go and do it. Thank you. Thank you.
And so that you all will all know, all of these individuals are supporting Johnson C. Smith University. Yes, they do. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, you may hug the bride.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Glenda Harris.
You can put her in the chair. You got that. You're going to take that one.
LaBrenda Haynes.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, Miss Haynes. How are you? LaBrenda.
Come on up, Miss Harris.
Harris. Oh, Glenda Harris. Miss Harris is here. Glenda Harris. She is right under LaBrenda Haynes. I had the wrong one. Ms. Harris, I want to thank you for all the great work that you're doing. And when Dr. Alice Howard makes a recommendation, I tell you, I don't have a lot of work to do, because I know that they are qualified for this honor. I want to tell you thank you for what you're doing in this community and what you have done. On behalf of the 46th President of the United States, we want to say thank you for your service. Can I get one of our ladies to come up? When we are putting the medal over our ladies, we want to make sure we have someone to help. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Ms. Harris. Thank you.
Stephen Joyner, Sr.
Mr. Joyner. Mr. Joyner. Now, Mr. Joyner, last week I was honoring in North Carolina Central University Mr. Lavelle Moulton. But guess what? You came before Mr. Lavelle Moulton. And I want to say all of the great work and all of the wonderful things you have done is well noted. This school loves you, loved you, still loves you, and you were one of the best coaches that this university has ever had. I want to say thank you for your service. To your beautiful wife, thank you. My sister, I guess she knows of you, and I was talking to her the other day, and I could understand your love for community. Johnson C. Smith, you have a great faculty here and had a great faculty here, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
Is it Sheriff or Sharif?
Sheriff.
Sheriff Gary McFadden.
He's not here. We will put his place here for him. We'll put his to the side, Mr. McFadden. Michael Roseborough. I don't see him. Where is Michael? Yeah, Michael. I think it's. I think that's what someone told me.
Mickle Roseborough.
Did I pronounce that right? Look, that's what Mr. Gray told me to say. Is that correct? Mr. Mickle, Michael.
What is it?
Miss,
Okay, Michael
Mr. Roseborough, you and I had a long talk about the real estate in Charlotte. And what I can tell you about this man is this man loves his community. And I just know that you do a lot of great things behind the scene. But let me tell you this. He's a great supporter of this university as well. We want to thank you, Mr. Roseborough, and I look forward to seeing you in the future join our forces. Thank you. Thank you.
Before he steps away, I got to spend some quality time with him this afternoon. He's president of the Boosters Club. His heart's in the right place. During COVID, he had a tough time. And I asked him today how he feels. He said he feels special today. And sir, I just met you, and I've known you all your life, so congratulations, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Moving on to our posthumous honors. Mr. Julius Chambers.
We're going to put that in the chair if no one is here to receive that. It's not Chambers, you can put it in the chair.
Ms. Teresa Elder.
I want to say her affectionately known as Aunt TD. I want to thank her thank the family for all of the wisdom from what I'm understanding that she has imparted into my legacy and the legacy of the Harrison family. We want to thank you for the love and all of the contributions that she made to this community. On behalf of the 46th President of the United States, we want to say we thank her for her service.
Judy Howard.
Let's see. Her name was Judy Howard Williams. We want to thank you, Mr. David Howard. Is her son? Yes. That's her son. You were part of our family too. So we want to thank Mr. Howard for receiving this for his mother, who was a remarkable woman, made great contributions on behalf of the 46th President of the United States. We give this honor to her posthumously, and we ask you to wear it and be proud of your mother. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, we go into the part of the program where this is going to be, all right, everybody, get your napkins, because I'm going to talk a little bit now, just a little bit. This is going to be a very, how can I say it? Inspirational for me, because I'm a part of the Harrison legacy. I said I wanted to write a book, and it would be called A Tale, A-T-E-L-L, of Two Sisters. One sister had 23 children. 23 children, and that sister, and y'all let me just talk from my heart because my mother talked to me about you all the time. You all don't really realize the happiness that came to her being the only child when she spoke of you. Now, Dr. Howard gave me some orders, but I stepped out of it a little bit, so I'll get my spanking when I get back to Virginia and D.C. Because the children didn't come before the mothers. The mothers and the sisters and brothers didn't come before their mother. So one thing that her sister, Aunt Tita, taught me is to respect the pecking order. Mr. James William Harrison and Miss Nancy Harrison, she's a member of the Longleaf Pine Society. That is the highest award you can get from a governor. To the young Harrisons, I want you to hear me. That is the highest award you can get from a governor. Now, her sister received the Congressional Medal of Honor with Dr. Dorothy Heighton Ben Carson. So I got to thinking, what was so special about these two women? Then I got to thinking, and I interviewed the family without them even knowing because I was just started talking to their side of the family. Let me say this. They didn't have a lot of education, but they had financial intelligence. They wanted you to own the land. They wanted you to own your homes. I kept listening to my sister and my oldest brother say that we had a lot of land. Aunt Roxy, I got to call you Aunt Roxy right now. I did what I always do. I stopped listening to them and I contacted the Register of Deeds. Aunt Tita bought 14 acres of land for $100. We never knew that. Young people, you need to know whose shoulders you stand on. Then I was talking to Johnny, and Johnny was telling me, look, Aunt Nancy, they had houses, and those women were intelligent. They raised you in this family. So in giving out these awards, and I'm almost done, because I'm going to go through it. In giving out these awards, I looked at all the talent in this family. It's not just singing. You have educators, doctors, principals, business owners, you name it. The oldest brother, you talking about music. When you look at Dick Clark and you look at the white, our Caucasian brothers and sisters looking at him perform, you can see that Wilbur Harris broke barriers. He was honored at Morehouse College in Atlanta, and the family came. Now let me say this, and then I'm get as they say, get to work. When Aunt Lucinda first started talking about honoring the family, I couldn't tell you all who she was honoring and how she was going to do it. I had to keep it to myself. But it's too many of y'all to honor y'all at one time. I had to break it up. So some were honored someplace and some were honored here. And our ancestors are buried on the grounds, near the grounds of this school. So that's why I'm honored. I'm honored. So guess what? I stand on the shoulders of giants, and so do you. So at this time, I'm going to present Miss Nancy Harrison and James Harrison with the President's Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm going to walk down there to her oldest daughter, and I would like the brothers and sisters to come down and stand by her so that we can have that picture. The colonel said he wants to do it. Okay. Any sisters and brothers, we need you down there. I want somebody to get on the other side of, okay, I got it. The U.S. Colonel of the United States is going to present that honor. There's Brother Gilbert, Johnny, Zeb.
There you go.
Yeah, Alfred, where's he at? Colonel, you have the award. Does she have it? On behalf of the 46th President of the United States, we are presenting the Harrison family, sisters and brothers, with the posthumous honor of Miss Nancy Grafton Harrison and Mr. James William Harrison. And to all of the sisters and brothers, I want you to give me your address. I'm going to send you an original copy so you do not have to take the copies and make copies. You don't have to do that. Thank you. Can we get, okay, Mr. McAfee, we have to, okay. We're looking for Mr. McAfee. We're getting his award. Just sit down, Mr. McAfee, right there so you can get your award. Would you look through there, Colonel? The McAfee is in one of those sets. Mr. McAfee, we got to get. You looked. You looked at the bottom. Mr. McAfee, will you please come up, please? Just please come on up. Mr. McAfee, first of all, in his younger days, was one of the most extraordinary runners. Is it runners? In the world? In the world. In the world. He went to the University of North Carolina, and he made major strides and opened doors for many. But now what he's doing, he's focusing on the youth and building youth programs in and around Charlotte and the area and traveling all over this country. Mr. McAfee, we do have your award. We're just going to have to find out where it is, and we will make sure you get it. But will you please, Colonel, put the, what's that? Now, see, they're talking military talk here. Mr. McAfee will get it. It's here. And Colonel, we want to say thank you for your service, and I'll make sure we get your award. It's here. Yes, thank you. Now, at this time, we're going to have a reading by, will someone please pass, Miss Davis, do you want them to bring the microphone? Can someone take the microphone? Thank you. And after which, we're going to have the brass ensemble, Zeb Harrison and the Sounds of Praise, go on and give us a number.
not on. It's not on, Kim.
I don't see it.
Reflections, James William Harrison and Nancy Grafton Harrison. James Harrison was born in June, which is the 6th month of the year. Now, God created male and female on the 6th day. Everything that God made was good. Everything that James W. Harrison and Nancy Grafton Harrison helped to create was good. To understand the depth of a great man and woman is priceless. Nancy Grafton Harrison and James Harrison embodied the true meaning of love for each other, love for family, and love for their community. Their deep understanding of life transcended into the souls of 23 children and over 200 grandchildren, forming different generations. Miss Nancy was satisfied with her task of taking care of the home and the children, and Mr. James was satisfied with his task of going to work to make sure all bills were paid and sufficient food was always in the home. The following quote is an excerpt from a tribute to James and Nancy Harrison submitted by Apostle Fred Alexander of the United House of Prayer for All People in September 2009. And I quote, "Mr. and Ms. Harrison were also parents to so many children outside of their immediate family. Many times when we would travel to states on a missionary journey, they always had some treats for us. Often those treats were enough to last until we reached our destination. This was a plus for us because during those days, we were not welcome at public facilities and we were not privileged to have access to top-notch accommodations. Thank God that Sister Harrison always had us a box. On many occasions, those of us who could drive would leave their cars with Brother and Sister Harrison until we returned. We felt safe and knew nobody would tamper with our cars because they had been left with the Harrisons. Brother and Sister Harrison loved their band boys. When they moved to the corner of Newland Road and Cummings Avenue, Brother Harrison invited his band boys to come and play in his yard. He also put us to work. We played a little bit, worked a little bit, and ate a whole lot. Yes, we worked, but it was not as payment for feeding us, but as simply because it was Brother Harrison asking us to do it. He believed that work was a sign of worthiness and a sign of worth. He believed hard work was not a burden to be borne, but he believed that it was a privileged opportunity to practice self-reliance. We had always believed that girls should never do yard work like we boys did. But when we found out, this is from Brother Alexander and I, when we found out that those pretty young Harrison girls that we saw almost nightly and every Sunday at the House of Prayer, looking like models from an ebony fashion show, helped their daddy to do lawn work out on Central Avenue and 7th Street by cutting grass, trimming hedges, sowing grass seed, and sweeping walkways and sidewalks, we could not believe it. We would tease Lucinda and her brothers about that. Brother Harrison once said he wanted all his children to not be afraid of hard work. He wanted them to be honest and self-sufficient and not depend on any one thing or depend on anybody for anything. End of quote. According to the late Teresa D. Elder, Miss Nancy Harrison was the most phenomenal woman that she had ever known. She was truly remarkable. She had the God-given wisdom and talent to handle any kind of issue or situation that would emerge in the Greenville community. If a conflict came up, Miss Nancy would immediately plan something, and it was usually involving music. She always had something going on in her home, and it was always a happy and enjoyable place to be. Now, that was at 936 Oliver Street. All the children in the community wanted to be at Miss Nancy Harrison's house. She did things that others could not do. When an adverse situation would arise in the community, Miss Nancy would bring out the popcorn, baked sweet potatoes, the peanuts, and the music. The Harrison children made music out of everything they could put their hands on: wash tubs, scrub boards, sticks, boxes, tin tubs, etc. You had to clap your hands and stomp your feet. That's how the joy was made. And by the time you finished clapping your hands and stomping your feet, you didn't have a problem anymore. Although it appeared that Mr. James and Miss Nancy had the largest family in Charlotte-Mecklenburg, that did not diminish their love for others. In fact, they had so much love that they would take in homeless and troubled children, and those children were treated the same as their own children. Miss Nancy instituted the very first Greenville Community Easter egg hunt. She also instituted the first band in the Greenville community, and she organized the first Greenville Community Talent Hunt. With her own hands, she built the first children's playhouse in the Greenville community. This playhouse was big enough for Miss Nancy to stand up in, end quote. In April 1989, Nancy Harrison received the Order of the Longleaf Pine, which is the highest award bestowed upon a civilian by the governor of the state of North Carolina. Ms. Harrison was an encourager. She wouldn't let anyone destroy a child's self-confidence. The self-confidence she instilled in all the children in our community back then is what we need to be teaching our children today. They were truly role models to their children, their church, and to their community. The legacy Mr. and Mrs. Harrison leaves us is: get an education and live harmoniously with each other in love, in joy, in kindness, and in peace. They wanted each of us to find God's vision for our lives and then fulfill God's purpose for our lives. This is what they advocated. So if we do these things, they will always be remembered for their love and kindness, and they will live in our hearts forever. Respectfully submitted by Andrea Harrison Davis, the granddaughter. Thank you.
How they linger, oh, how they ever flood my soul. Oh, in the stillness, of the midnight. Oh, precious memories will unfold. Yes, they will. I know they will. Precious memories. Oh, how they linger. Ooh, how they ever floods our soul. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's sad hour. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, of the midnight. I want to say precious unfold. Oh, yes, they do. Oh, praise to the memories. Hallelujah, Jesus. Of the midnight. Oh, how they ever floods my soul. Oh, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. It's sad hour. Lord help me, Jesus. Oh, oh, the midnight. Y'all don't hear me this evening. Precious, precious, precious spirit. They do unfold. Oh, yeah. They do unfold.
Mr. Ray, you come down, please. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. This is not on the script, but I'm talking into the mic again. Ms. Gray, we had a slight meeting a few minutes ago, and we've asked you to do something, to give a few words of reflection for your classmates about how you feel today so that you can share it with the community. So you're speaking for your classmates, so do good. Come on, do good. Come on.
I'm gonna expand it. I'm gonna speak on behalf of all the people who've gotten a degree from the Johnson C. Smith University. JC? JC? Thank you. So I remember I grew up in a small town in Virginia called Danville, Virginia. Danville. That's where I grew up. And I remember, straight up 29, and I had never been to Charlotte before, but when I was applying to colleges, I was a quote unquote a pretty smart black girl. But doing where I grew up, you didn't see where we would be and where we would go. And so when I applied to colleges, I knew after looking at UVA, I decided I need to be at a HBCU. So I applied to Johnson C. Smith and Hampton University and William & Mary. Got accepted to all three. I remember applying, and then when I got that letter to Johnson C. Smith, I remember that feeling. I remember that feeling that I got that letter, and then a couple of days later, I knew Johnson C. Smith wanted me because they sent me a letter of intent to give me a full ride to come to this university. And I looked at my daddy, like the Harrisons. My daddy was a man who worked 12-hour days at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, and I knew that coming here, that would be a burden that my father would not have to educate his 4 children, because he always said, I'm going to educate you guys so you will be always able to take care of yourself. My dad drove down 85 to come and dropped his second oldest daughter here, and he fell in love with this university. He fell in love with this city, so much so that he brought 2 of his other girls here that followed me behind that. So one thing I will say about Charlotte and Johnson C. Smith, that it will take you into her arms and wrap her arms around you and take care of you, because Johnson C. Smith poured into me like no other place I could have had. And I love Charlotte, and thank you so much for this award, because this is where I met my partner in life. He is alum of North Carolina A&T State University and also an Omega. So I say it to you, thank you for having this ceremony at my alma mater, because we love these Smith with all their heart. So thank you very much.
You notice that she is from Danville, Virginia. Look at the map. To get here, you got to come down Highway 29, right by A&T. So I just want to know. At least you married a guy from A&T, so you're halfway home. Q2. We're almost at the point of closure, and I want to make sure that we all feel good about who we are and what we're doing. We've got a couple more awards to give. Then I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to say something to somebody else before we leave. What we got there?
Okay, I'm getting ready to honor family now.
I thought that was the family.
That's only a few of them.
This is the other half.
I'm going to ask the band, if you can't, don't leave yet. We're going to go on? All right. Whenever the children, the grandchildren of Miss Nancy Harrison come, can you just step back for a minute while we give the awards? Just get your award and just stand back. We're going to get through this because I have something to say to you as well. Okay? Not 23. 225. Go on.
Starting with Marvin C. Alexander.
Marvin, I want to thank you for all of your business leads, and you're a businessman in this area, but you work with a group of men in this community that's trying to help others build families. And I think you and D. Wade Sr. had a conversation on the phone it was about a couple of months ago, where we want to help bring programs for the underserved to Charlotte. Keep on looking out for others other than yourself. And I want to say to you, thank you for your service. This is one of the grandchildren. Just step back. Out of the 200 and some. Okay? Yes.
Eric Burris.
Mr. Eric Burris. Mr. Eric Burris. Mr. Eric Burris, while he's coming down, owns his own technology company in the DMV. Brilliant man. And I want to say, I have to laugh, and I say, you know, when we go to the gala that they have every year where I see, this is his mother. Now his mother, this is his mother. This is Dr. Howard's sister, one of the sisters. Now, when we go to the gala, I asked Eric, why don't I ever see you when we're at the gala? Look at his mother had to pin her son. And let me tell you what he said. He said, she always got me in the back working. So he spends time loving and helping his mother. You're going to be blessed. Mm-hmm. And I want to say to you, thank you, Eric. Keep on being innovative, because that's what it's all about. And I want to thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. Next. Stand back. Go on.
Sophronia D. Caldwell.
Yes. Let me tell you all something real quick. This family is like ours. When you say you're going to honor one, well, why aren't you going to honor this one? But see, you know you're going to honor them, but you can't tell them. But a lot of them really had humble hearts and did not want to be honored. They wanted to pass it on to somebody else. But I want to say, Miss Sophronia, you have been in education for ever since I've probably known you. This is a true heart educator. And I want to say thank you for loving us. But you know what's beautiful about her? Her brothers will be somewhere playing for others, giving people a life through music. And she's out there with her tambourine and her jeans, and she's jumping too. So thank you for caring about people, and thank you for focusing on education. We see you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sheila D. Coleman.
Yeah. Now, Sheila is my cousin, and I call Sheila the quiet storm. Let me tell you why. Sheila don't say a lot, but Sheila is a doer. I watched her when she was the president of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. She stepped into the role after her aunt, and she took it to the next level. I saw her present young women with scholarships in her name. And I want to say she was the principal of a school there in one of the hardest areas for a person of our color to be a principal of a school. And I want to say, Sheila, I'm proud of you. I don't say it, but I'm proud of you. And I just want to say thank you for your service.
Elder Alfred C. Harrison. Also a veteran. I want to make sure you mention that.
Yeah. I want to thank Elder Alfred Harrison. I want to thank him for all the love that he's shown our family and even our mother over the years. I want to thank you, Elder Alfred Harrison, for always being there. And let me say this, Johnson C. Smith. The beautiful part about this family, they had so much love when we didn't know what was happening in the area with the acoustics of the room. I don't know anything about that. They came in here like champs. These men, not only do they sing, but everything electronic, from the sound, from getting people, they were here. And I watched my cousin them hook all of this stuff up. I didn't know what was going on. But I want to say to them, they're brilliant men. They have sang all over the world. And I just want, now he's a pastor. I want to say thank you. Thank you to your family. Thank you to Michelle. And keep on keeping on. Thank you. Thank you.
Robert D. Harrison.
Now this one is coming. You know, I love to see them together. He sang with Sam Cooke. He sang with everybody. Everybody you can think of. Yes. Now, he's our New Yorker. I want to say Uncle Albert. So let me tell y'all young people something. Yes, they are my cousins, but when I grew up, when your cousins were older, you respect them and call them uncle and aunt. So that's where we came from. So Uncle Robert, let me just say, Robert D. Harrison, Mr. Robert D. Harrison, I want to tell you I love you. Thank you for being an inspiration. I see your life through your sons when they came in yesterday and took care of business. I want to say I love you. Keep on keeping on. And you are the oldest brother now? Yes, I am. Yeah, you're the oldest brother. Set the example. Thank you, and I love you.
We have a special recognition for Andrea H. Davis.
He's coming down. He's coming down. He's down there, sitting behind. No. Andrea, you can just stay right there. He's coming down. The colonel is coming to you.
We also would like to wish her a very happy birthday.
Let me just say this. I felt so good. I felt so good when Andrea, I call her my beloved Chachi, when Chachi and Chico were in the hot seat with me and Dr. Howard was telling us how to do things. I was so glad when it wasn't me getting in trouble. But what I want to tell you is that this has been a great process with Chachi or Andrea Davis helping get the family together, get everything together. I love you. Let me tell you why this lady is getting this award. It has nothing to do with this. When my mother was ill for years, she would just take time and write her a letter, write her a note. And Mom would always say, I got something from Chachi. I was motivated by Chachi. You never know who you help and who you bless when you think outside of yourself. Chachi, I love you. And tomorrow's your birthday. I love you. And thank you.
Today is her birthday.
Today is her birthday. Ooh, okay. I love you. Happy birthday.
Yes. Chico Breon Dunlap.
We're getting there. Chico has been my ride or die. I have watched Chico over the years drive all the way to North Carolina. he would just come to the door to see how my grandmother and my mother was. When they would come down here, he would come to the car and escort them. They loved him. They know if Jimmy or many of the boys weren't there, they could always depend on Chico. Chico has been genuine. Chico drives from all the way to Charlotte to Virginia to help his aunts with the gala. I mean, doing things that you have never seen before. Chico, I love you, and I want to say thank you for all of your service and everything that you do. Thank you.
James Sifford Howard.
Uncle James. I won't say Uncle Sneaky, but I just said it. That's Dr. Howard's husband. I want to tell you I love you and thank you, because what they don't know is when I started this process, you were moving all of the everything that had to be moved to help me to do what I had to do. And I want to tell you thank you, and I love you, and we're going to make sure you get this award. Thank you.
Now we recognize Zeb Harrison and the Sounds of Praise.
Before they come, I want Zeb Harrison. I need Zeb Harrison, John Thomas Harrison. I need Gilbert. I need Willie C. Harrison. I know somebody's coming to represent him, and Mr. Greg Coleman to come up first.
And Alfred Jones.
And Mr. Alfred Jones. Come up first. Now, while they're coming, that band that you see will be all over the country, just playing for people to uplift their spirits. These men are businessmen. They have their own careers. They're doing what they have to do, but they have time for everybody else. And I've watched them, and have seen them do it. Your music has uplifted the world. And I want to tell you, all of you are talented, but what's most important is your spirit. So I want to give the Lifetime Achievement Award to, first of all, Zeb Harrison. You're going to get it with the name of... Come on, Colonel. John Thomas Harrison. Yes. Okay. Greg Harrison. Which one? John Thomas. Which one we have? Johnny. Now, let me see it. Let me see if I'm saying this right. Johnny was probably the one that started playing first. Yeah. Let's keep it. Johnny is the master of these horns. My grandmother used to say, "Here come my horns." Yes, sir. Johnny, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your love. I saw you over in Africa. I see everything. I see everything. And one thing about him, he has all of them have beautiful children. That's his daughter right there that's reading.
That's my
all
daddy.
of them. That was his daughter singing. That was his daughter singing. Jasmine, jazz band, did you say jazz band? That was her singing. Monica, the baby girl, all of them, Nancy, everybody. I just want to say thank you. And thank you for sticking with your brothers. Thank you. It's nothing easy with brothers and sisters, but thank you for sticking with your brothers. I think I admire that, and I just want to say thank you. Okay.
Well, before you leave, when I mentioned his daughter being the jazz band, that was intentional. I didn't
All right, Mr. Greg Coleman. Now, let me tell you guys something about Greg. Greg is the one. Greg is the more mellow one. That's Sheila's brother. And Greg is the one that calls all the time to make sure everybody is okay. He's a more even temperament. He's a temperament of the ones that I see. So this is talent. And I want to say, Greg, I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for everything. All right, y'all, we getting there. We getting there. Alfred Jones. See, now, Alfred Jones, the reason you're up here is you didn't know that we were watching you too. And so I can't give those awards to them if you hadn't made the steps as well, okay? So I want to tell you thank you for taking care of Zeb and Johnny and Greg. I want to tell you we love you. Now, there's a reason. Now, band, we're going to get you. Hold on. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Gilbert. I know. Come on over here. This is another brother. Gilbert. Now, I know you were in Atlanta at Morehouse supporting us. Another brother. Just musical. All of them are musically inclined. And we love you. We appreciate the love. And we are going to make sure that you get your certificate too. Okay? All right. Now, this is the part that I really, wait a minute. Okay, let me get the band. Come on up, band. Come on up. No. Let me go on and do this so they can sit down. And I'm going to get you. You cannot look at this and think that they did this by themselves, because they didn't. It was their mothers. And Dr. Howard, they didn't know I was going to honor them. I saw four of the sisters that I know. They come to Virginia, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. They have a gala near the Pentagon of over 1,000 people. I have never seen a woman come in dressed beautifully, just like my Aunt Bernice there. But guess what they do? They go upstairs and take those clothes off and come down and clean up. I've never seen that before. Clean up a whole auditorium where they having this event. They work together. Everything you see about these children, they instilled it in them. The work ethic, the love, and the way that they go after life. So, on behalf of the President of the United States, Eric, you wanted to put the medal. Wait, your mama put the medal on you. Where's those? Let's first of all, Greg and Sheila, you want to go down there by your mother. Aunt Bernice, I love you. Since Mom been gone, you kept me straight. You told me to stay focused on what I'm doing, and you love us, and you look just like my grandmother. I want to tell you, thank you. You need somebody like you to say, go get it. You know what you're supposed to do. So on behalf of the President of the United States, the Colonel is coming to give you another award, and this is for you. Amen. Thank you.
Can I name the band members now? Can I name the band members now?
Yes, not now. Let me do the mothers, and then we get the band members last. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Is James here? Your son, Zeb? Sharon, you need to come up. Is Zion here? Zion, come here. Is Junior here? Where is Junior? Did he go? He's where? He left? Okay. Let me go on and do the band. To the band, how many of you are there? 1, 2, 3. How many? Count them. How many?
It's 10.
How many?
10.
7. We need 8 gold medals on their neck. You got them? Okay. Zion, I need you to stand over there for a second. Zion, I need you to step for a second. And let me tell you, band, I want to say thank you. People are watching you. The love that you show other people, remember, the band received an award from the President of the United States. And now each one of you are going to receive the honor of wearing that gold medal.
Their names are James Harrison, Jamal Coleman, Ronnie Durham, Rudy Rivers, Jason Artis, David Hawkins, Mike Coleman, Kevin Caldwell, Jerry Frazier, Reggie Munns, Jay Harrison, and of course, James Gilbert Harrison.
Okay, is this the one for Jay? Now, that's his wife? James Harrison, mother. You James's mother. Okay, let me tell you what I want to do, Mom. I want James to get a second gold medal. Let me tell you why. James, see, you don't know what people pay attention to. James is also a fireman. James went into a house and saved, in a burning house, and saved a man. So I want to tell James, thank you for saving that life. Give him that second medal. Okay. Zion. Now, Zayn. I'm like Zion. Zayn. Now you had a chance to talk to an NFL player, a real NFL player, a few weeks ago. You got on the phone and he told you some things. And I'm gonna tell you something. You all stand on the shoulders of giants. Anything you want to become, if you put that work in, you will have it. I want you to have that gold medal when you go to those schools, as my grandmother say, when you go get that lesson, when you go to those schools, you stand proud and believe in yourself because you have greatness in your family. And you all remember that. I want everybody give them a hand. And I have just a few more, and I'm done. To Miss Roxy Curtis, I want to tell you just thank you. You came in spanking my hands yesterday, because you wanted to know that I have it correct. Guess what? I welcome your love because at the end of the day, when you see what they do in Northern Virginia, it's phenomenal. I want to thank you not only for your service, but I also want to thank you for your love on behalf of, here she is right here. Yes. We want to make sure that this is yours, so you can stop working for a second. And yes, thank you. Okay. I want to thank you. You got it?
You want to put the award on your mama? Well, too late now. Okay.
All right, we just a few more. I need Mary. I need Neilta. Who else is here? I want you to come on down. I want you to take this award to your mother. And you tell your mother that it takes a special woman to raise children. It takes a special mother to bring a community together. You tell her, I love her. She is one of the sisters too. So I want you to wear, I have we have her award. Where is that? Mary Hall. That's right.
Before the band leaves, the guys in the band, if you have an award, please work your way back down to the front. if you can,
Yeah.
if you're still here, if you're having white tennis shoes and an award, please come back down front now.
Okay.
Come on down,
That's
please.
Neolta. We want to make sure you put this one on Neolta. And she's receiving this on behalf of her mother. Okay? That's good. And you're going to also get the medal for your brother. I want your brother to have this award. I want your brother to have this award because you tell your brother he stands on the shoulders of giants, and it's his time now to help lead the family. We love him. I'm proud of everybody. Life is about choices and chances, and we give everybody a chance. I want to tell him thank you. That's one for him as well. Give that to your brother. All right. What's that? Who? Oh, I got you. Now we have, where is Teresa? What's that?
Before we do that,
Yes.
could I ask all of the, please, all of the awardees to come down here, please?
We got we got a few more, just a few more.
No. Trust me.
Okay.
Please stand behind her. Please come down. Come down.
No. Oh, I haven't forgotten her. Mm-mm. Yeah, hold on. I haven't forgot them yet. Hold on. We have Miss Dunlap. I need you to come. It's probably in the car. Gonna now. She's coming now. Teresa Dunlap, would you please come on up? Let me tell you, they're going so fast, they left two in the car, but that's okay. Miss Dunlap, Teresa Dunlap, first of all, has been a right hand to me. And Teresa is a alum of this university. She loves this university. And one of the things about Miss Dunlap and her husband, who's also a 2023 honoree, because of her, we were able to get through to the university. She knew exactly who to have this event here. So she is a very, very intricate part of this family. And I would like for everybody to please give her a big hand. Thank you. Okay. All right, let's see, we got Aunt Roxy. Let's see. Yes, you got those. I need